Have you ever wondered who the true descendants of the ancient Israelites are? Is it the Sephardic Jews, with their deep roots in the sun-soaked lands of Spain and North Africa? Or the Ashkenazi Jews, who flourished in the heart of Europe despite centuries of hardship? Maybe it's the Mizrahi Jews, whose heritage traces back to ancient Babylon and Persia. The truth is more fascinating and complicated than most people realize. These groups carry stories of survival, exile, and resilience, passed down through generations like sacred heirlooms. What if I told you their journeys map out a story as captivating as any epic? Stay with me as we unravel the hidden threads of history, following migration paths that span continents and centuries. By the end, you'll see why the answer isn't just about who came from where, it's about what binds them all together. Imagine a vast desert landscape, golden under the searing sun, where ancient tribes once roamed under the watchful gaze of the heavens. This is where the story of the Israelites begins, a people chosen, tested, and bound by an unshakable covenant with God. From their earliest days as nomadic shepherds following Abraham's call, to their miraculous liberation from Egypt under Moses' leadership, the Israelites carved out an identity rooted in faith and resilience. Their journey led them to the land of Canaan, the promised land flowing with milk and honey. Here, under the rule of kings like David and Solomon, they built a mighty kingdom centered around Jerusalem and its sacred temple. The temple was not just a structure of stone, it was a symbol of divine presence and national pride, a beacon of hope in a tumultuous world. But prosperity often invites danger. As history unfolded, the Israelites found themselves caught in the crosshairs of mighty empires, Babylonia being the most formidable. In 586 BCE, tragedy struck. The Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II besieged Jerusalem, reduced the temple to ash, and exiled the Jewish people to Babylon. Imagine the heartbreak. The sacred temple, once filled with songs and prayers, now silent. Its ruins a stark reminder of loss. Yet, exile did not break their spirit. Instead, it ignited a fierce determination to preserve their faith and traditions. In Babylon, the Israelites adapted but never assimilated fully. They wrote, studied, and preserved sacred texts, ensuring that the flame of their identity remained alive. It was during this time that the foundations of what we know as modern Judaism were laid. A shift from temple-centric worship to a focus on study, prayer, and the community. After decades of longing, the Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon and allowed the Israelites to return home. Imagine the joy and tears as exiles walked back to their beloved Jerusalem, ready to rebuild their lives and their temple. But their story of dispersion had only just begun. Over the centuries, waves of exile and migration scattered Jewish communities across the Middle East, North Africa, and eventually Europe. This early dispersion set the stage for the formation of the distinct groups we know today: Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews. Yet, despite their geographical separation, they remained bound by shared traditions, scriptures, and a collective memory rooted in their ancient homeland. The story of the ancient Israelites is not just one of conquest and exile, it's a testament to resilience, hope, and an unyielding desire to preserve identity. As we explore the paths of their descendants, remember this: their journey through history is as much a story of survival as it is a profound lesson in the power of faith and unity. The story of the Jewish people, rooted deeply in the land of Israel, is a testament to resilience, creativity, and unshakable faith. As centuries passed, circumstances compelled many to seek new homes beyond the borders of their sacred land. Among them were the ancestors of the Sephardic Jews, a remarkable community whose journey began in the ancient hills and valleys of Israel, where the scent of olive trees lingered in the air, and prayers echoed from Jerusalem's temple courts. Driven by trade, conquest, and sometimes necessity, these early Jewish families ventured toward North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. Their move did not signify a loss of connection to Israel. Instead, they carried the essence of their homeland with them. the teachings of their ancestors, the melodies of ancient hymns, and the unyielding hope to one day return. In the bustling cities of Spain and Portugal, the Sephardic Jews flourished. They became scholars, poets, and skilled artisans. The golden age of Jewish culture in Muslim Spain saw extraordinary advancements in philosophy, medicine, and literature. Names like Maimonides, the great philosopher and physician, shine as beacons of this remarkable era. But life was not always kind. Despite their immense contributions, the winds of intolerance began to blow fiercely. With the Christian Reconquista and the rise of the Spanish Inquisition in 1492, the Sephardic Jews faced an ultimatum: convert to Christianity, flee, or face brutal persecution. Imagine the heartache of families forced to abandon the homes they had built over generations, clutching sacred scrolls and heirlooms as they embarked on perilous journeys. Yet, just as their ancestors had persevered through exile from Babylon, the Sephardic Jews once again displayed indomitable strength. They scattered across North Africa, the Ottoman Empire, and eventually the Americas. In Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt, they established vibrant communities, infusing local cultures with their own rich traditions. In cities like Istanbul and Salonika, under the relatively tolerant rule of the Ottomans, they thrived as merchants, scholars, and leaders. Throughout this journey, their connection to Israel remained unwavering. Every prayer they uttered faced Jerusalem. The dream of return was never forgotten, woven into their songs, their stories, and their very identity. In exile, they built schools to preserve the teachings of Torah, ensuring that their children never forgot the laws given to their ancestors on Mount Sinai. Festivals like Passover became poignant reminders of both the exodus from Egypt and their enduring longing for Zion. Centuries later, when the modern state of Israel was established in 1948, it marked not just a political victory, but the fulfillment of countless generations' dreams. Many Sephardic families returned, their descendants carrying with them stories of resilience and triumph from lands far and wide. The streets of modern-day Jerusalem echo with the vibrant mix of traditions from Morocco, Spain, and beyond. A living testament to the Sephardic journey, this is the story of a people who, despite facing unimaginable challenges, never lost their faith or their bond with their ancestral homeland. The Sephardic Jews remind us that identity is not bound by geography, but by the strength of memory, tradition, and an unyielding connection to one's roots. Their journey continues, a bridge between the past and the present, forever intertwined with the timeless spirit of Israel. As the Sephardic Jews carved their path across North Africa and the Ottoman Empire, another remarkable journey was unfolding further north. The story of the Ashkenazi Jews is a testament to resilience in the face of relentless trials, a tale of innovation, survival, and the preservation of faith despite unimaginable challenges. It all began during the Roman Empire when Jewish communities, displaced from their homeland in Israel, began settling in the heart of Europe, places that would later become Germany, France, and parts of Poland. The lush green landscapes and bustling medieval towns were a stark contrast to the sunlit hills of their ancestral land. Yet, these Jewish families carried with them the enduring spirit of Israel, determined to plant roots even in unfamiliar soil. As centuries passed, the Ashkenazi Jews developed a unique cultural identity that blended their ancient heritage with the influences of their European surroundings. They spoke Yiddish, a vibrant language that combined Hebrew with German and Slavic elements, a living testament to their adaptability and creativity. Their synagogues became centers of learning, where Torah study flourished, and generations were raised with a deep sense of purpose and faith. However, life in medieval Europe was far from easy. The Ashkenazi Jews often found themselves at the mercy of shifting political tides and religious intolerance. Waves of persecution and expulsion swept through the continent. They were falsely accused of heinous crimes, scapegoated during plagues, and targeted by violent mobs in what came to be known as pogroms. Entire communities were uprooted, their homes reduced to ash. Imagine the anguish of families forced to flee in the dead of night, clutching sacred scrolls and cherished possessions, their hearts heavy with grief but steadfast in their resolve. Yet even in the face of such cruelty, the Ashkenazi Jews held on to hope. They rebuilt their lives time and time again, turning adversity into strength. In the shtetls, small Jewish towns of Eastern Europe, they forged tight-knit communities where traditions were preserved and innovation thrived. Despite their isolation, they produced some of the greatest minds in Jewish history: rabbis, scholars, and leaders who kept the flame of their faith burning bright. But the darkest chapter was yet to come. The rise of Nazi Germany in the 20th century brought with it an era of unprecedented horror. The Holocaust sought to annihilate the Jewish people entirely. 6 million Jews, including countless Ashkenazi men, women, and children, were brutally murdered. The very fabric of their communities was torn apart. Yet even in the face of this unimaginable tragedy, the spirit of the Ashkenazi Jews refused to be extinguished. Survivors emerged from the ashes, carrying with them stories of loss, courage, and resilience. Many made their way to the newly established State of Israel, where they found a haven and a place to rebuild their shattered lives. Others sought refuge in America, Canada, and other parts of the world, contributing immensely to their adopted societies. In Israel, the Ashkenazi influence became a cornerstone of the nation's cultural and intellectual landscape. Their traditions, once nurtured in the shtetls of Europe, found new life in the bustling streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. The language of Yiddish, once silenced by the horrors of war, was revived through literature, theater, and music. The journey of the Ashkenazi Jews is a profound reminder of the strength of the human spirit. From the fertile valleys of ancient Israel to the cobblestone streets of medieval Europe, and finally back to their ancestral homeland, they have carried with them an unyielding love for their heritage and a determination to thrive. Their story, like that of the Sephardic Jews, is a testament to the enduring connection between the Jewish people and the land of Israel. It speaks to a journey not defined by geography alone, but by the resilience, faith, and unity that have bound generations together. As we continue to explore the paths of Jewish history, remember this: the Ashkenazi Jews, despite facing unimaginable trials, have illuminated the world with their contributions, their courage, and their unwavering hope for a brighter future. As we move from the resilient tales of the Ashkenazi Jews, whose spirit endured the bitter cold of European landscapes, our journey brings us back to warmer ancient lands, the cradle of civilization. Here, amidst the fertile valleys of Babylon and the bustling streets of Persia, another remarkable chapter of Jewish history unfolds: the story of the Mizrahi Jews. Their origins lie in regions that today span Iraq, Iran, Yemen, and Syria. Picture the sprawling banks of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, where Jewish scholars once debated scripture, their voices rising like prayers to the heavens. These lands, rich with history, provided both refuge and challenge. For centuries, the Mizrahi Jews lived as neighbors to empires that rose and fell, from the mighty Persians to the conquering Ottomans. Despite living far from Jerusalem, their hearts remained tethered to the land of their ancestors. Through every conquest and regime change, they clung to their traditions with fierce devotion. Picture generations gathered around candlelit tables during Shabbat, the air thick with the aroma of spiced foods, as ancient blessings were recited in voices that had never forgotten their roots. Yet, life was not without its trials. Like their Sephardic and Ashkenazi brethren, the Mizrahi Jews faced waves of discrimination and forced assimilation. There were times when their synagogues stood in defiant silence against oppressive rulers. But through it all, they persevered. Their music, infused with the rhythms of the Middle East, their culinary traditions bursting with exotic flavors, and their rich storytelling became symbols of their unyielding spirit. When the State of Israel was established in 1948, a seismic shift occurred. For many Mizrahi Jews, this was the long-awaited homecoming. the fulfillment of prayers whispered over centuries. They left behind homes that had sheltered their ancestors for generations, often under perilous conditions, to return to the land that had never left their dreams. In Israel, they brought with them the vibrant hues of their culture. Their songs, spices, and traditions mingled with those of Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews, creating a tapestry as diverse as the landscapes of the land itself. Their contributions have enriched Israeli society, reminding everyone that while the paths of Jewish history are varied, they all lead back to a shared destiny. The Mizrahi Jews' journey is one of survival and triumph, an unbroken connection that spans millennia. Their story, like that of the Sephardic and Ashkenazi Jews, speaks to the enduring strength of the Jewish people and their unwavering bond with Israel. As we continue this exploration, remember, the Mizrahi Jews are living proof that even in the face of adversity, faith and heritage can illuminate the darkest paths. As we trace the paths of the Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews, an undeniable truth emerges. Despite their geographical separations and diverse experiences, they remain branches of the same ancient tree. This connection is not just spiritual or cultural, but deeply woven into their very DNA. Modern genetic studies have revealed a fascinating narrative. All three groups share a common ancestry that links them back to the ancient Israelites. Imagine that. After centuries of migrations, exiles, and settlements in vastly different environments, the genetic thread connecting them has remained intact, a living testament to their shared origins. Whether in the bustling streets of Tel Aviv or the quiet villages of Eastern Europe, echoes of this ancient lineage persist. But genetics alone does not tell the full story. It is in their customs, traditions, and rituals that the unity of these communities truly shines. Take, for example, the lighting of Shabbat candles, a practice cherished across all Jewish communities. Whether accompanied by the lilting melodies of Sephardic hymns, the solemn tones of Ashkenazi chants, or the vibrant rhythms of Mizrahi songs, the essence remains the same, a sacred act of connection, reflection, and gratitude. Yet, their journeys have also given rise to beautiful differences. The Sephardic Jews, with their roots in Spain and North Africa, bring to the table dishes rich in spices. Think savory tagines and fragrant rice pilafs. Meanwhile, the Ashkenazi Jews offer hearty staples like matzo ball soup and kugel, comfort foods born from the chilly landscapes of Eastern Europe. The Mizrahi Jews, drawing from the Middle East, delight in dishes bursting with flavors, grilled meats, tahini, and vibrant salads. These culinary traditions, though distinct, are often shared and celebrated together in modern Israel, creating a tapestry of flavors that speaks to the unity in diversity. Their music, too, tells a story of both divergence and harmony. Sephardic melodies often carry the haunting beauty of Andalusian influences, while Ashkenazi tunes reflect the resilience of a people who sang even in the face of hardship. Mizrahi rhythms, infused with the pulse of the Middle East, bring vibrant energy to any gathering. Yet, in moments of collective prayer or celebration, these melodies intertwine, creating a symphony that transcends differences. What binds them above all is their enduring connection to the land of Israel. Despite centuries of separation, the dream of returning to this sacred land never wavered. And now, in modern Israel, these once scattered communities have come together, not just as neighbors, but as family, bound by a shared history, faith, and destiny. The genetic and cultural links between Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews remind us of a powerful truth. While time and distance may shape our paths, they can never sever the bonds of origin and identity. Their story is a testament to the resilience of a people who, despite countless challenges, have remained united in their journey toward a shared future. As we piece together the journeys of the Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews, one profound realization becomes clear. Each group is an essential chapter in the story of the Jewish people. Like the branches of a mighty tree, they may have grown in different directions, but they all share the same ancient roots, planted firmly in the fertile soil of biblical history. To ask which of these groups are the true biblical Jews is to miss the beauty of their collective heritage. All three have carried the torch of tradition through countless generations, ensuring that the wisdom, faith, and teachings of their ancestors endured despite exile, persecution, and dispersion. The Sephardic Jews, with their rich cultural contributions from Spain and North Africa, preserved ancient rabbinical wisdom and artistic expression. The Ashkenazi Jews, through their scholarly rigor and unyielding perseverance in the face of unimaginable hardships, safeguarded the intellectual and spiritual heritage of their forebears. Meanwhile, the Mizrahi Jews, rooted in the heartlands of the Middle East, remained keepers of some of the oldest Jewish traditions, infused with the vibrant cultures of Babylon and Persia. Each community has faced unique challenges, yet all have upheld the sacred covenant given at Mount Sinai. Picture a tapestry woven with threads of gold, crimson, and sapphire, each color distinct yet essential to the whole. Without any one thread, the tapestry would be incomplete. Their collective story is a testament to the resilience and unity of the Jewish people. Despite geographical distances and cultural variations, they have remained bound by an unbreakable connection to their biblical origins. Every prayer uttered, every festival celebrated, and every act of kindness performed is a living tribute to their shared heritage. Modern Israel stands as a powerful symbol of this unity. Within its borders, Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews have come together, blending their traditions and experiences to create a vibrant and dynamic society. The streets of Jerusalem, Haifa, and Tel Aviv echo with the diverse languages, songs, and customs of these communities, yet all are united by their enduring connection to the land promised to their ancestors. To say that one group alone represents the true biblical Jews is to overlook the beauty of their shared journey. Each has preserved a vital piece of the puzzle, ensuring that the legacy of the ancient Israelites lives on. Together, they form a living testament to the faith, courage, and determination of a people who have never forgotten their roots. In the end, the true biblical Jews are not defined by geography or cultural differences, but by their collective commitment to the values and teachings passed down through generations. Their story is a reminder that strength lies in unity, and that the bonds of heritage and faith are unbreakable, no matter how far the journey takes them. We conclude this journey through the stories of the Sephardic, Ashkenazi, and Mizrahi Jews. One thing becomes abundantly clear. Their collective history is nothing short of extraordinary. From the sun-drenched coasts of Spain to the icy landscapes of Eastern Europe and the ancient heartlands of the Middle East, these communities have carried their shared legacy across centuries and continents. Their story is not just about survival. It is about triumph. Triumph over exile, persecution, and countless attempts to erase their identity. Yet here they stand, united by faith, tradition, and an unyielding connection to their roots. They have woven their past into the fabric of modern Israel, creating a living testament to resilience, adaptability, and hope. Imagine the vibrant streets of Jerusalem, where Sephardic melodies blend seamlessly with Ashkenazi chants and Mizrahi rhythms. Picture families gathered around tables, celebrating ancient festivals with foods and customs that tell stories of journeys both distant and near. This is the legacy of the Jewish people, a mosaic of cultures, traditions, and experiences that together form something profoundly beautiful. But beyond the history and heritage lies a question that remains with us. What part of their journey resonates most with you? Is it the scholarly resilience of the Ashkenazi Jews, the cultural brilliance of the Sephardic Jews, or the ancient traditions upheld by the Mizrahi Jews? Perhaps it is the unbreakable spirit that ties them all together, a spirit that has endured for millennia. As you ponder this question, remember that history is not just about the past. It shapes who we are today and guides us toward the future. The story of the Jewish people invites us to reflect on our own journeys, to honor the strength found in diversity, and to celebrate the ties that bind us all. If this exploration sparked your curiosity, don't let the journey end here. There is so much more to uncover, and we would love for you to join us. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories that dive deep into history and heritage. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, remember, history lives on through the stories we tell and the connections we cherish.